Hi, welcome back to the April 2016 Business Forum. I am Tammy McGaughy, partner with Warren Averett and chair of the 2016 Board of Directors. On the first segment, we talked about community celebrations with Mayor Mike Anderson of what's going on in the city of Fort Walton Beach. And on the second segment, we'll be talking with Pam Woodall, president of Beach Community Mortgage, and how women can get involved in a heartfelt way on making an impact within our community. So Pam, welcome to today's show.
Thank you,
you for attending. Tell me a little bit about, you are the president of Beach Community Mortgage. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about Beach Community Mortgage.
Okay, I'd love to. We are a part of Beach Community Bank. Mm-hmm. People do confuse us sometimes, so I do like to explain that I am the president of the mortgage division, but not the bank division. Mr. Tony Hughes, who I need to give credit to there, doesn't like it when I'm introduced as the president of the bank. So just want to clarify that. The mortgage division does all residential lending. We are a small community bank, but we are able to lend just like any other lender nationally. We do fixed rate, adjustable rate, portfolio type lending. We do VA, FHA, conventional, rural housing. Mm-hmm. We do construction perm loans, and we do some portfolio lending as well. We're very active in the community of real estate with realtors and developers and builders, as was and has been the bank for several years. Mm-hmm. So we consider ourselves part of the growth of a community, and as such, we strive every day to try to create housing opportunities for those individuals who seek to be a homeowner, but we do it with an amount of diligence that we are aware,
right?
That the housing crisis that occurred in the last few years, we don't want that to reoccur. Okay. So while lending is a little tougher to get, it is still very readily available. And I like to joke around and say I've always got money and it's always on sale. And so we're out there to help the community grow by creating neighbors.
Good. Well, I know that Beach Community Mortgage, as well as yourself, has been very involved in the community, and I know that's very important to you.
Yes.
You, congratulations, being a 2016 board member of the Chamber, so we appreciate that. Also being involved in the community, you're involved with Impact 100 of Northwest Florida.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the mission of that organization.
Okay. Okay. Actually, Impact 100 started in 2012. A group of women locally got together, and it is an organization that is national. And they decided to create Impact 100 Northwest Florida. And in doing so, they came up with a mission statement, if you will, that kind of speaks to what the organization is about. The organization does a financial contribution to nonprofit organizations in Northwest Florida, specifically Okaloosa Walton County for our group.
Okay.
And it empowers women to become philanthropists, because each woman makes a single donation, but that donation grows 10 times its size, mm-hmm. Or more every year. So for example, each woman that is a member of Impact 100 donates $1,000. The minimum grant that we will give to a nonprofit is $100,000.
That's awesome.
So our goal then, obviously every year, is a minimum of 100 women. And every dollar that a woman gives goes directly to the charity that is selected. And we have voting rights as to where that money will go.
Okay.
So it's such a unique way to make a contribution to a charity and then really know how your money is going to be spent.
Right.
We accept grant applications from any 501c3 organization in Okaloosa or Walton County. We absolutely encourage them to apply. Mm-hmm. The more applications we have, the more information we have about the needs of our communities. And we can help them in a lot of different ways, even if they don't get the grant.
Right.
But then we actually teach them how to write the grants. For example, June 7th, we're having a grant workshop.
Okay.
It's being advertised. Impact 100 has a website. It's impactnwf, northwestflorida.org. They also have a Facebook page, Impact Northwest Florida. And you can look all this information up, but it's a great way to teach a smaller nonprofit that may not have a big board or a lot of expertise how to file for the grants.
Okay.
How many ever grants we get. They go into 5 different categories.
Okay.
We do arts and culture, education, environment, family, and health and recreation. So each grant gets vetted into one of those categories, and then literally the women who join Impact have some opportunities to learn so much more about these particular agencies if they have the time to do it. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing about Impact, I think, that appeals to a lot of women. You do not have to be wealthy to join Impact, you have to be generous.
Right.
And so we're just looking for women who can be generous not only of their financial resources, but if they can, also of their time.
Okay.
And the time spent is if you join a committee that will vet out some of these applicants, you literally go to each site. So if we got 50 applicants, we're going to go to 50 site visits, broken up into the categories and the committees.
And that's open to any member who contributes?
Sure,
okay.
Absolutely. So, it is, that in itself is the most impactful part for me as a member, is to have gone to those site visits and actually seen the needs of the community, and then knowing at the end of that year what we're going to change.
Okay.
When you give a small nonprofit $100,000 or more, it's a complete game changer.
Absolutely.
For them.
Absolutely.
And so it can make the entire difference in whether they're going to be successful in their endeavors to help the community. So we've done some really significant things, and I think the organization somewhat speaks for itself in that the growth of our membership, we started out with 128 members, so we were able to give out a little over $100,000 to 2 recipients. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. 128 members, and the first grant went to 1 recipient, so they got $128,000, and it was for a visitation center in Crestview.
Okay.
Ben Gordon
Yes.
Visitation Center for families that need supervised visitation. We were able to help them secure a home and renovate it and actually make that a reality very quickly. Each year it has grown. So last year we were up to 323 members, I believe. So we gave 3 over $107,000.
That's awesome.
Grants, and it was last year was AMI Kids, The Matrix, and Grace Rides.
Okay.
But we've also done Shelter House. We've done the Ark of the Emerald Coast. And these are just Destin Harvest. We've made such an impact in those organizations that the word of mouth through all the nonprofit community has made us more popular.
Good.
So.
Well, I know 501 members is what you would like.
Yes.
So everyone out there, if you're interested and want to participate, this is a good opportunity for you. Yes. Well, thank you, Pam, very much. I appreciate your time. I'd love to be able to talk to you a lot more, but we are short on time today. But thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
With that concludes our second segment. Coming up will be Alan Giesman with White Wilson Medical Center, and we will be talking about what's going on at the hospital and the history from 70 years ago.